Welcome to Driving for Dollars Mastery, the best, fastest, and easiest way to find and turn wholesale properties for huge profits. We'll provide you with the tried and true strategies that are guaranteed to help you build your own business by recognizing distressed properties all from the comfort of your own vehicle. So buckle up and let's get ready to ride with your host, Zach Boothe.
I needed something that I could spend less money and make more money. And that's kind of why I started doing Driving for Dollars. And the cool thing is I have a wholesaling company in Florida. I'm in Tampa, and I also do it here in Utah. And it's interesting that you brought up cost per deal because we were calculating that today for the year. The first half of the year, we sat down and did our 6-month review and figured out what our average deal size was and what our cost per deal was. And I don't have it the exact number because it comes down to a certain amount of dollars, but our average wholesale fee right now in Florida is about $27,000, maybe 26, which is pretty darn high, honestly, for Tampa. And our cost per deal is actually only it was around $2,800 and change.
That's really good.
Yeah, so the profit margins are crazy, right? So it allows you to spend a little bit of money, which gives you a surplus to then be able to turn it back into investments, into rentals, or to hire a team and pay a team to scale and grow that business and generate this money machine. So it's one of my favorite things about Driving for Dollars is the cost per deal goes way down in comparison to other strategies, right? Like it makes it way easier for someone like me who was just a window cleaner to get started, or someone that doesn't have that budget. But I love that you were hitting an obstacle and you found a way to change some things. You even changed markets, right? And you focused on a different market. How has that been going? Like, what are some of the struggles that you've been dealing with, having partners and having your main operation in a different city than you actually live? Like, what have been some of those struggles? Because maybe someone wants to have that kind of business. Maybe they have a day job they love in a certain city, or they got contracted to work there, and they ultimately want to end up in, let's say, Cleveland, Ohio, or a different market. Could you break that down for me, the struggles and what you're dealing with to make that successful?
Sure. I'm lucky in one way because my partner is my brother, my younger brother. So for us, it's much easier. But even if you don't have a brother, you still want to partner up. It's always better to partner up with somebody who could be the boots in the ground in that market. You partner up to write up a JV agreement as to what each person's responsibilities are and what the split would be and who would pay for what. In my case, it's clearly defined. I do all the follow-ups and I set up appointments for my brother, and then he goes on those appointments. He meets up with them, gets it under contract, and then he does everything from that point on. Until it goes under contract, he finds a buyer and he does the disposition. In one way, he's doing a lot more stuff after the appointment is set, but until the appointment is set, I do all the follow-ups. And as you know, people don't answer, so you have to follow up with them constantly for a couple of months before they even answer the call after your caller sends those leads to you. So that's a struggle, but that's fine. It's understood because most of our deals have come from follow-ups. I think we did 3 deals this year, not a lot. This is our 7th month. We should have done 7 deals, but because that's been our average, 1 to 2 deals a month. So we should at least have done 7. We only did 4. But what I want to say here is, all the leads or all the deals have come from follow-ups. So some deals have come from 9 months to 2 years worth of follow-ups with the same leads, nurturing those leads, and eventually
So you just said the majority of your revenue from cold calling has come from 9 months of follow-up.
Oh yeah. Some deals have been more than 9 months. We started back in Columbus back in 2019, October is when I really started. So, a couple of leads, the lead which came in October 2019 or November 2019, we closed on that property this February 2021. So it's a long follow.
So you're saying that someone says to themselves, well, I'm going to go cold call for 3 weeks. If I don't get a deal in 3 weeks, I'm going to give up. What would you say to that person?
Yeah, it's not going to work. You might hit a lucky deal here and there, because it does happen. It's not that it's not going to happen, but 90% or more of your deals come from a lot of follow-ups, probably even 6 months or more worth of follow-ups. Because when you start calling these leads first, they have their defenses up and they're probably not ready to sell because they don't have that life event. It's going to force them to sell, and they have this emotional attachment with their house. Some people will have to deal with probate. Some people just don't want to let go their property. They want to hold on as long as they can. So that, to break down that situation, to change their mind, it'll take like 6 months or more. So you just have to be consistently following up with these people, and eventually you'll get the deal.
Yeah. I love this. I love that you understand that about your marketing. A lot of people don't understand that. One thing that I have found, so majority of the revenue in my wholesaling business, my real estate business, is coming from driving for dollars. We do other things, yes, but our most profitable and the majority of our revenue comes from driving for dollars. And once we create that list through driving for dollars, we are sending postcards, we are texting, and we are cold calling that list. And we have found that there is a timeline of the majority of the revenue coming in is different between texting, postcards, and cold calling. It is the fastest deals. So once postcards go out and we generate a lead, the fastest to revenue once the lead is generated is postcards. But think about it, right? Think about it. When someone calls a postcard, they proactively picked up that postcard. They said, I am now ready to talk to an investor. They went through the hassle of calling them and saying, hey, I'm ready. I'd like to meet with you. Let's go. Right. So we are usually from lead to contract under 3 months. It's usually like a month, honestly. Like it's a month to 3 months under contract from lead generated, right? Not from postcard sent, right? We get deals usually from postcards being sent out. We have leads immediately to a leads about 12 months out is what we found, right? So you might take a while to produce all the leads you're going to produce, but from lead to contract, it's anywhere between a month and 3 months. With texting, it's a little slower, but it is faster than cold calling, right? From lead produced to contract, it's a little faster, but think about it. Someone gets a text, they have to think, do I want to sell? They usually ignore it if they're not quite ready, even if they have future interest, right? So it's easier for them just to ignore it and not respond.